Now we got to turn something on. How you doing today, guys? Welcome. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I unfortunately slept in a little bit more than I should have, and I'm here. Let me send out the invite to everybody. Get everybody up on the speed for today's show. And I wanted to let you know that I found out that I actually have some money coming from the Google Rewards program for doing the surveys, and apparently, I guess some of the rewards tickets ended up in my junk box, and I found some of them, and now I'm cashing them in, and it's I guess I don't know how they ended up as spam, but oh well. As long I got $90 of them rewards. I wouldn't be surprised if I have at least another $90 somewhere. So that's what happened with that. With the rewards is that the reward slips ended up in my junk box on my computer email, and so if you are in the Google surveys program and you wonder where your rewards are, check your junk box in your spam folder, because that's probably where they might be sitting. Leave site. Yeah. No. No, not yet. Send my video out first, please. Alright, now I can leave the site. Alright, thank you. And let's get this morning group up on the internet here. And, so I'm in a little bit of a hurry trying to get everything started. I'm in a hurry to get things done. Rushing to last no fun. Good point. I'm in a hurry and I do know why. My variation of that song, which usually goes by Alabama. I'm in a hurry and I don't know why. I'm in a hurry and I do know why. I overslept this morning. My day is just a mess. Oh, okay. See how many people show up today. Right now we have no one here yet. Alright, so let's try to get some nitty-gritty done, shall we? Yes. First of all, today is Monday morning, which usually means it's one of those days of the week when you just basically wish it wasn't Monday. It's overcast outside, it's my area. It is likely it's going to be a wet one today. And, also tomorrow I'm going shopping with Krista in the morning, so we are going to have our show, but it's going to be later. Okay, but we're not going to be getting a lot done, because by the time Krista picks me up at 9 o'clock, I'm going to the store. We're going to get, some things we need from the store. The store shopping has been changed a bit, because of, it wants to use Instacart, and so I said, well, okay, fine. I can see why, especially when you're going to be dealing with tons and tons of bags of groceries, lugging them up 3 flights of stairs. Makes a lot of sense. I don't have a problem with that. Instacart sounds fine to me. But right now, I'm trying to figure out where is all my payments. Let me just open up the window. So, well, I'm doing the show. Let me go ahead and open up Gmail and see if I can wrestle the enemy and find out where my Google rewards are. I got one recovered, and YouTube, Zillow. I'm gonna go to junk, spam. Okay, good. Let's get called Google Rewards here. So I'm gonna look. Okay, 3. Alright, here we go. Fellow American, please confirm your email address. Congrats. Which one's this for? Okay, for $50 Lowe's rewards. Okay, that's different. Okay, that's real spam. So let me look for Google. Let's see. What? Okay. Jobs, preference. Welcome. Suspicious activity. Here's your $90 gift card reward for shop today from Walmart. Security alert over their user retailer Amazon. Okay. You shouldn't have to leave home for this. Suspicious activity. That's all that was, huh? Alright, so let's take a look at inbox. Okay. So as I go back to Google by Tremendous. Redemption completed. Here's what he said. Okay. He says, this is your feedback. The past month we were taking all the participants to issue your gift card using our gift card distributor Tremendous last Friday. You should have received your Think a gift by directly from Tremendous. Email and instructions from rewards@tremendous.com. Okay, so I got that finally. I did dig it up, which is great. Let's see. Tremendous gift card. Yeah. Alright, so tremendous.com. So, okay, so if you want to know what I'm talking about is everybody has a spam box. And basically sometimes what happens in your spam box is you get valid messages and spam messages get thrown in together. Normally with the Google, I usually don't look at my spam box because usually it's full of garbage, especially particularly Yahoo spam box is even worse. But Google spam box is still can be a huge cesspit, especially when you're not really. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Oh, here I am just waking up, and I got this message that my code was being with tremendous.com, which I have never seen any payments from Google in a long time. So I said to myself, well, as he said, check your spam folder. He gave me the email address to look for. So I went to that email address, and of course I searched for it, and of course I found it. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is where it went. Okay, now I got it. Now I've got the $90 in my PayPal, which is good because that's going to give me money towards my future projects. Yay! Ha! I'll take that money. And of course, Storm will get coming up in a couple of days. We're gonna get paid by Patreon, and then on the 20th or 21st of the month of October, we get paid again from the YouTube program. So that's gonna be money that we're gonna be used to pay the bills, get current, and the phone bill comes in, the new phone bill for Frontier. I'm going to have a huge credit on that. I'm not going to have to pay a phone bill for like 3 or 4 months. So that's going to be a great chunk of change right there. And we're going to be able to get some projects in. We also got projects out for delivery today, too. Oh, yes. Unfortunately, Ed didn't seem to. Oh. That's another thing I have to deal with. Lots of little itty bitty projects. That's a little itty bitty things for today. Yep. So, but I see we got people watching with no chatters though. I got a question. Why are the people here but they're not here? It's 10:11 in the morning. Oh. So we go through this every Monday. It's like, okay, it's Monday morning. We're half asleep. No one's really awake. Oh, gee, not in a bit of a wake up mood yet. I'm gonna go make my tea right now while I'm waiting for you guys to come on. So let me quickly run and make my tea. I did turn the water on for that, so let's go make that tea. My tea, and then we will be right back in there. Okay. Put the milk in the teacup, and then we'll get started. Water wasn't as hot as I'd like it, but oh well. I just kind of in a hurry to turn it on, but it just didn't get hot enough. But it's still drinkable. It's just gonna take longer for my tea bags to steep. That's all. Oh, so where is everybody this morning? I don't know where everybody is. Someone's obviously around somewhere. Okay, let me take a quick look. See if there's any other hidden emails. Google reward. Okay. Okay. Google one. Send email. Start a video call. Tremendous.com. So anyway, I can add that address somewhere. Yes, I can add it this way. Okay. Add the context. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back and take a look and see. Since I want to just check this real quick here, see if there's any other ones I may have missed. Okay, I think from rewards. Copy email address. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to search, paste, Gmail by Tremendous, Google sent you a reward, redemption completed, Tremendous gift card, testers, gift cards, So there's one for July 1st. Okay, this is a member of our research committee. She'll receive your mail and a gift card in the next couple of business days. Alright, well, I didn't. So the question is why? This is July now. Alright. Paste. Rewards, join.com, great gift card stick. Alright, gift cards. Google, tremendous me. Redemption completed. Alright. Alright, so rewards, tremendous. Google sent you a reward. Create a product testers gift card. Alright, now I'm gonna check the spam box because I got a feeling it might be sitting in spam again. Might be. That's what I'm gonna check and see if there's any. But don't forget to clean up the spam box too. Yeah, I know. Alright. Paste. Okay. Enter. Nope. Oh, you probably erased it and you probably didn't even know about it. Yeah, I may have. So let me go back to inbox here. Alright. Search mail. Paste. Okay. Redemption completed. Alright. Okay, so now this is the address. I want to go ahead. I'm going to take this address. Alright. Okay, I already have them in here. Okay, cool. That's the website, though. That's not the... Oh. Okay, it's not rewards. Google tremendous rewards. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think I got... At least I got one check anyway. I didn't get the others because the... My spam box was purged by me. Anyway, how you doing, Craig? Happy Monday. Hope you got my comments yesterday. They were only meant to help criticize. No problem with the comments. I didn't have any problem with that. I did respond to your comments, by the way. You mentioned that you thought that I've been watching a lot of the videos from, yeah, Rosie O'Kelly. No, I only watched 2 videos from her, but I actually been watching a lot of videos from another YouTuber. No, I can't remember their names. I'm just waking up. Let's see. Lindemann, something. Neman. And he's been teaching people about YouTube creators, how to make money with YouTube, and how to make your channel grow. And one of the things that he pointed out is, and another person said that live streams are really not the way to go because live streams don't really work out well for growth because they're too long, they meander, they're not in your face fact, they're just too long. Right. Do you think that that code could be in trash? Or is it like if I go longer I would say I'll say that's a good idea to check that, son. That's a good idea. Look at the trash. You accidentally throw it away all the time. Alright, so let's see if maybe it's in trash. Good idea. Let's look. Let's go where's this gonna happen. Rewards, tremendous.com. Wait. No, I don't want to send a message to them. I want to see the message to them. Nope, nothing there. Okay, junk. I do have junk mail too. It was like spam. So anyway, the point is, it said to me is, make sure that you understand that there's no. Well, at least you got one check. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, I cleared all my junk out of my spam box, and I probably just threw away a couple of checks at the same time. Well, anyway. Okay, so they said the point is they said is that the um the whole point of having a live stream for your audience is not so much to be the me all end all of the show, which is fine for some channels. However, for what my channel is, it doesn't really work out too well because if the live streams are gonna be the only thing your channel is gonna have, first of all, people don't even know who you are. Second of all, you're just another talking head, and unless you have some material behind you, you're not gonna really do too well because everybody's gonna just see you as a talking head. But when you see the videos that I said, I like them to go back to vlogs anyway because they're short, concise, and kind of give you a closer look at my inner life. I think that was really what made my channel what it was long before live streaming. Because what we would do is we would do videos, we would do BCasts. I haven't gotten into BCasts again, but I'm going to work on those. BCasts would be like, we're just like a vlog, but much a little more formal, a little more structured. Or we have a set, which we have lighting, editing, some special effects here and there to cover topics. And that works out great because, again, just like the vlogs, it's just a little more so. There's a structure, there's a script. It's not necessarily written on paper, but I do have a script. And people like them because they're longer, but they're not like hours long. They're just like more like, like maybe an hour tops. I mean, they have to be a really special vlog to get R&B cast to go for a whole friggin' hour. I know, for examples, I've covered things like in the past, the debt ceiling. You think it's the first time I ever talked about the debt ceiling? No. Today we're gonna have to clean the house a little bit. Yeah, I know. So yeah, there are things we gotta cover. And also, just again, like to remind you, tomorrow is that we will be late. Okay. Viewer activity. That's a good question. What does the viewer activity button do? No super chats. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys, I'd love to see you guys. Super chats, super stickers, super analytics. I like the live analytics, but it's just sometimes it's just really disturbing to look at. But there are people here, and they are somewhere. Only 2 comments from Craig today. You guys must have been asleep. Sleep at the switch. Also, I noticed too with YouTube is that there was a group of my audience that love the morning shows. Craig is one of them. When he can make it. And then there's a group of my audience that absolutely hate the morning shows, but enjoy the other type of content like the night shows. Which, honestly, guys, I don't think the night shows really. I mean, they get more people in here, yes, but the question is, are they really the kind of people that? I mean, we did not have a bad night show on Saturday. I want to make sure you know this. Nothing wrong. Saturday's show would have been absolutely stellar if it was the old YouTube, and we were not at the risk of basically having our channel wiped out because of infections. I would have said, fine, leave the night show up. And I really thought it was a pretty good show. you got a chance to see me blow my top, which is something used people don't usually get a chance to see me do, is blow my top. And as I was defending my argument. But the sad truth is that YouTube, because of the political correctness crap, has basically turned the network into one where you can't even open your mouth to talk about anything, and there's a huge list of taboo subjects, and we hit 3 or 4 of them last night on that Saturday show. That's why I deleted it, because the fact is those 3 or 4 taboo topics would have resulted easily in 3 to 4 strikes in one show. There was no way I could actually appeal all those strikes. Well, when you heard what was being discussed on the show, you would know that I was upset about, I was getting very, very heated about the whole thing about depression and claiming I was depressed. And people don't realize that I, of course, have suffered a lot physically. With the knee injury has really been a major setback. It has not been easy. Well, maybe it's a good way to also get more people to watch the Saturday night shows, and Michelle does that every time on purpose. Basically, does a show and then deletes it. Some people were doing that on their channels. They would do a night show and then they would delete it. And that way it gets away from the YouTube monitors. But then again, nobody actually wants to replay a little. Michelle, you never make money on replays on the night shows. You don't make money on replays. They don't make money. They're like pastries. You need to eat them fresh and hot. You can't watch a show from last week and go, boy, this still tastes good and sweet. And now it tastes hard as a rock, and it doesn't even have any. And I lost all the value and nutritional benefits of this. Whatever it is, bagel, donut. It's what it feels like when you watch a show that's over a week old. No one's gonna want to watch that. Nobody does. Yeah. And besides that, even if you do watch the show, how you doing, Schmickle Cat? How you doing, Schmickle? Going live with Awake and Big. Well, I'll try not to. But like I said, that show was a real powder keg, and there was no way I could allow it to stay on YouTube, because there are people on YouTube and bots that roam around looking for content that violate terms of service, and that show was just too incendiary for YouTube's political correctness crowd, and I Barbara Boy? Who's Barbara Boy? Oh, Burger Boy. Oh, man. So, yeah. So anyway, so Noodles asks me, says, "Well, I have a friend. His name is Snake. I think it's Snakebite, and that he would like to do a show with you on the political situation of America and the world." And then, of course, he wants to give me a pre-list of questions. I'm like, wait, this isn't CNN. We're not going to get a pre-list of questions. I'll look at your questions, and I'm certainly going to add my own questions to this. If this guy is as knowledgeable as you say he is, he should be able to answer my questions. They're not necessarily hard-hitting questions. They're not exactly softballs. Okay. Oh, you're talking to Craig. Okay. So we'll try not to delete the show next time. I'll just be honest with you up front. Assuming that the show doesn't offend YouTube again. Alright? It was basically a matter of cat and mouse. If I left the show up there, and I was gonna appeal the demonetization status, there was just too many things wrong with that show. And after I put the appeal, and I went, "Oops, that's not a good idea," and I couldn't retract the appeal, so it was just easier to delete it. Um, no, I wouldn't delete them all. I mean, some of them are good. Yeah, I mean, with less than, the Saturday show was just so incendiary. It was just better to delete it than then. I would have moved it to Patreon. But that means that I would still have to download it, and that was going to take 4 to 6 hours of my internet speed to download that show at 720p. And I was like, oh my god, this is a huge, huge mess. So in case that show, it was essential to delete it because it was just nasty. Usually I don't. Well, I only do one Saturday show. That's it at night, and the rest of them are in the morning shows because the morning shows are usually information people can use. So that's noodles. You need talking points during the interviews. I must create some. Yeah, talking points would be a good idea, but don't forget though, we don't know how the interview is gonna go. You have to remember the interviews are organic. They change. They can go all kinds of directions. Since I haven't met with this guy, you originally was gonna have him on Wednesday, and I said Saturday would be better because we do the Saturday night show. That's what most of my audience are expecting, that I'm gonna be here. If I did a Wednesday night show, um, just to cover news stories, I don't think people are going to be exactly jumping up here and enjoy. Yeah. Paul, it's great to see you and Michelle. Chat. Thank you so much. You're so appreciated every time I. Um, sorry I haven't been on your channel as much. I work at Lou's part time, which has just turned into full time. Well, congratulations, Craig. Congratulations. That's great. I know with all the things going on in your life that kind of sucks, but in a way it's great too. Congratulations. Morning shows suck because night shows suck because Ed's up, but he's got his nose stuck in the Mac. I mean, worrying about eBay. I mean, if I can get him in between, or I can find a time where I can get his attention for a few minutes and do a video with him, that's about the best I can do. I moved the moose back a few hours so we can get it on. Yeah, but what he keeps doing is he keeps doing the same thing. If I started the show at 5 o'clock, I remember we used to do coffee with Lemmy and Michelle. That was about 5. That was about 5 o'clock, right? Which is good for the people on the West Coast because it was 5 o'clock would be 2, so I'd be right. The only problem is I was right after they get out of work, and so it was kind of. We didn't have a lot of West Coast people coming in. It was early enough on the East Coast, but the problem was that on the East Coast people were just coming out of work until it was like too early. And then, of course, it's good for the UK people because you had 5 hours at 10 o'clock at night, which means that they were still up, but they were like, made someone to bed. He insists of doing his eBay, and he's like constantly doing eBay, and then like I can't. I don't think it matters what time of day I do a show. Because if you want to get in what I would do is, why don't you know what, Skynet? Since you have my personal number anyway, um, I have your personal number. Is no, that won't work either. Ed has deliberately put a fortress firm and mighty against almost anybody calling to. Oh, you can't call the guy. The night show 2 hours early for Ed. That would be 5 o'clock, like I said. Yeah, talk about visiting the past. Because the statistics show that 2 hours before is not going to work because it's not prime time. The prime time slots average start about 6 o'clock. And it doesn't matter what time you start the show. He's still got his nose stuck in his stupid Mac. I can't get him to stop worrying about eBay auctions this, eBay auctions that. No, let's tell around once in a while. Let's tell around once in a while. Okay, slingshot. Oh, I don't mind sticking to the subject, Noodles. That's not the problem. But the problem is sometimes the subject does deviate. Make sure he knows that. Sometimes we deviate off the subject a little bit. But I can try to keep it a subject if it's. There's a priority. You need to work the show around him. Look, I can't force him to be on here. He's not an employee. He's not a contracted employee. Okay, he's a friend that happens to be on his MacBook when I happen to be trying to do the show. Okay, trying to get him to do the show and not worry about his eBay is like asking for a lot. How you doing, Triple X Sunday? Maybe you can learn about do a thing about eBay. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what I could do. If you guys want me to generate me a list of questions to ask Ed, might be able to get him to pull his nose out of the MacBook for a few minutes to actually do an interview with him, and then I'd have your list of questions to ask him. Okay, we'll try what we can do. I sent you a picture of L'Oreal spray to cover your roots. My wife uses it. It saves a fortune. It's not that hard to use. I do her hair and roots all the time. It just needs to be sprayed on your roots. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to do. But you know what? I do have a hair appointment on Thursday. Yay! We got money for it. We got money for it. Because we actually I originally put $100 towards that because we spent a little more than we should have. But then I just got the free $90. You would have had more if you didn't delete your spam box. The center shows. I'm trying to get it on, guys. You gotta understand that. Ed doesn't see himself as part of the show, as much as you may not believe it. He doesn't see himself as part of the show. I mean, I don't know why. He knows people want to hear his stories and his experiences, but he doesn't see himself as part of the show. That's the other Ed. That's not my Ed. That's different Ed. The thing is that my Ed, Mitch, no. is on Facebook. If you really want to reach out to him, go to him on Facebook. Look for Ed Michno. ED space MICHNO. Watch out, there's 3 accounts. Two of them are his old accounts, which unfortunately he lost passwords to. So you want to look for the Ed Michno account that has the most current online date. That would be the Ed Michno you want. Okay? Would you be so kind as to send me the link for the... Okay, sure. I can give it to you. Actually, since it's public information. Okay. How to give a discount on your internet. Okay, it's http:// get emergency broadband.org. Get emergencybroadband.org. And that's how you can get the internet. It's a 2-step process. First, you have to meet the qualifications that they set up. And they are the ones that are taking the applications for the program. So once you complete the application, they're going to send you an email. The email is going to contain important information steps that you next do with your provider, which in your case is Verizon. So then, when you call the Verizon people, they're going to ask you questions like, for example, is what's your awards letter, what's the code for it, and when did you apply, and they're going to match up your name, your address, and everything. Well, get emergencybroadband.org application, and if everything is good, you will get $50 off. In my case, I got way more than $50 off, honey. I got over $100 off. It turns out they're going to change your internet package a little bit, so that's good. However, for certain cell phone providers and certain cell phone plans, this is not eligible for those cell phone plans. So you may want to be very careful if you really, really have a love. I mean, especially if you love your cell phone plan, if it's in your cell phone, they might want you. Verizon, for example, might say is, well, gee, we're going to have to change your plan in order to meet the qualifications for this program. So, sadly enough, my cell phone plan was not on the list of plans for T-Mobile, so I applied it to my home phone instead. And to get it. That's not your real ad. No, that's not the real ad. Because the real ad is site now asleep in my bedroom. Well, you can tell Ed that Craig said it's a big part of the show. Tell. Well, you can tell Ed that Craig said he's a big part of the show because I really love the slot cars and he does very well on it. So we need to see Ed's videos maybe when he gets my train. Yeah, he's gonna do a video on your train because he's working on that right now. He sent you a text message or email or voicemail about the train that he ordered for you. So check your voicemail because there's a message from Ed about the train. Okay, and that'll be useful for you guys because you're gonna be able to find out, see the information about the train being shipped, when it's being shipped, things like that. Oh, he's not. That's not even the real Ed anyway. See, now, let me explain one thing. There's a guy here that calls himself Ed. He's not my Ed. Alright? I could easily blow this guy's alibi out of the water right away. Really quick. Why? Oh, because all I have to do is show you that the kitchen light isn't even on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just, so let's go to that. Let me go to my webcam here. And I ain't much of a shot, but this is where Ed sits. And he's not in there. See? Where is he? It's not even there. The computer can't really see it, but it's there. It's closed. Alright? The point is he's not even in the kitchen. So, that just proves my point. When I said he's not in there, he's in the bedroom. Yeah, you live with me and we sleep together. Duh. I have track phone from my phones and Verizon from my internet TV and main phone number. Alright. Either way, Craig, you can if you meet the requirements, you can try to get yourself a good deal on your internet. One of the requirements is that you have to be getting food stamps. I don't see anything about being elderly or over a certain age, and it doesn't. But you know what? You might meet the requirements. You may not. I don't remember. Not hiding anybody. All right. Well, anyway, the point is tomorrow's show is gonna be later. Just be aware that morning show will be later tomorrow. Yep, the food stamps gives you the qualification. If you get food stamps, yes, that gives you qualification. So you just need a copy of your latest EBT Snap award letter, and you can take a picture of that with your phone, and you send that information to the email address that they'll give you when you apply. That's what I did. I sent all 4 pages of mine. Yeah. Actually, it's kind of. I'm gonna try to get you in contact with the actual Ed when I get a chance. Right now, he went back to bed, so I'm gonna. Maybe after I do Meals on Feed, I'm gonna get actual Ed contact with Skynet. That way, you can talk to Ed yourself and find out what he wants to do. I don't think this person's. Do me a favor. Take a break for a little bit. Right? Okay. Get more than one. I got him trying to get Ed on the show. I've been trying to get him on the show. But Ed keeps making excuses himself. He doesn't even really check his email either. I got your email messages that was sent to him describing who you are. I don't even think he even looked at his email long enough to even read them all. The only reason is because this Ed is getting on my nerves a little bit. Because the real Ed is in the bedroom sleeping. The thing is my Ed is not very motivated to get up in the morning at all. I cannot get him up no matter what I do. He's always making excuses. Daytime, alright, okay, he goes to sleep at midnight, 1 in the morning, right? The next thing you know what? He sleeps till like 3 in the afternoon. Then immediately he opens up the stupid MacBook, starts worrying about his eBay auctions, and then he's like, that's what we do. That's what we do, Craig. That's what we do. I do a lot of the electrical repairs. Um, yeah, I work on the electricals on the trains. For example, one of the vintage transformers, somebody actually cut the end off the power cord, and the thing was cracked. Was not cracked, but it was opened up by somebody else. Clearly, it did not meet any of the electrical safety standards whatsoever. So what I did was to check the transformer for any kind of shorts or opens or any kind of electrical problems. I then went ahead and put a new cord on it, made sure that it was properly insulated. I made sure it was electrically working, and then I put the thing back in the case, closed the case back up, and now it works fine. So a transformer that would have ended up basically in someone's junk drawer was fixed, and now it's totally back in operating condition. Let's just comment C-C/214 UN 271 dimensions 100 200 kilometers assumed albedo about 0.4 to 110. Oh, okay. How you doing, FC? Why are you hiding infamous? My Ed, is in bed, sleeping. I kept telling you that. Everybody keeps yelling at me and saying, you're hiding it from us, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. The real Ed doesn't want to be on the show. I keep telling you that. Last night I had to pull hen's teeth to get him to even spend 5 minutes just to say hi to people on Discord. They're just here telling us that Michelle won't let him out. I would really feel more comfortable if you checked the train when he gets in and make sure electricals are in order. Oh yeah, obviously that's what we're doing. Yes, we will do that. That's part of the job we do. It's part of it. That's part we do it. We do that anyway, no matter what. Especially we look for old cords where the insulation is rotting off. That's the first thing I check, especially for an older set. You might find that wiring where the insulation is rotting off. In that case, you got to replace the cables with new cables. Every time I talk to Ed Michelle, he's happy and loving it. Yeah, that's true. When my Ed is on, he acts happy and loving it, but for some reason he's also happy and loving his eBay. And unfortunately, I can't get him off of his eBay long enough for him to spend more than half an hour talking to you guys. It's always, I gotta go back and check this auction. Go back and check this auction. It's like, no, nothing like that. Well, anyway, what time is it? It's 10:57. Okay. I'm looking for an order transit. I agree that is looking for an order of transit, and I want to give it to my grandchildren so I don't need any catastrophes. Agreed. I don't know what that means, but I mean, the thing is that I already told you guys he's in the bedroom. And he was briefly on Discord last night also. I think as far as the Saturday night show, he thought he did something wrong on a Saturday night show. I said, no, Ed, it wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I said that there's nothing wrong with you expressing your opinion. Michelle doesn't realize that he can make a lot of money on the train and a lot of costs. There's so many people that want the old. Yes, I know he does know that. He's working on trying to get the stuff together, but the problem is eBay's also made it much harder for him to put things up for sale because he doesn't have a bank. He doesn't have a bank account. Unfortunately, he burned the bridges with too many bank accounts, and the banks won't give him a bank account. And eBay won't let him sell without a bank account. So he's basically can't sell. He can only buy stuff. Maybe he can do things with Facebook Marketplace or with Craigslist, but that's about it. Um, because he's not. Okay, guys, look, this is getting ridiculous. No, it's not locked up anywhere. I already told you that. Okay. Uh, yeah. I don't do phone calls in the morning show. I don't even have the Google Meets open right now for this show. Kind of ran in kind of late, so I didn't have time to even get Google Meets up. So we need proof of life for Ed. Guys, I already told you repeatedly, I don't have a camera in the bedroom. Alright? I'm sorry. I don't have a camera feed in the bedroom. And that's not exactly written for him why, but that certainly is a possibility of why I wouldn't have a phone or a camera in my bedroom. No, we don't. Well, he's going to get out of his. Well, he's got to get out of his fat butt and get a bank account. For God's sakes, I don't mean to be mean to him, but he has to do what he has to do. Companies should go right, but he doesn't seem to want to do nothing. I'm always trying to get him to do things, and then he gives me excuses. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it. I can't because my credit score sucks. I said, fix your credit score. But then when we tried to get him a bank account, even if it's a joint bank account, they said, no, we won't give him a bank account because his credit score is unacceptable. How can he get his score back to normal if he can't get a bank account? I don't understand that. He can't do PayPal auctions on eBay because he doesn't have a bank account. Because PayPal changed the setup. It used to be all you needed to have was a PayPal account. Now you can't do that anymore. Well, like I said, he needs to try to get this bank account. But he burned so many banks but bad fiscal planning that they will not give him a bank account ever. Hi, Rusty. How you doing, Cat? Rusty's here. At least we can say one person that came to the show right now, and it usually doesn't even need to be asked. I'm talking about the cat, of course, which is right next to me. Let's get him on the screen. Yeah, oops, ouch. Yeah. He's also a Taurus as well, but the thing is, this cat is more of a proactive Taurus. He's more out there going out doing things. Yeah, he's a homebody, but basically just like just like Ed is. But this cat here is doing more things with his life. Okay, maybe more things means eats more, sleeps more, but unfortunately, I can't see the questions. See, I got Rusty. I need that. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can get this thing to. I remember a couple times I had Rusty purring on the microphone. But she doesn't like getting the microphone stuck in his face. So read my comment about it has been let's see. Wait. It has been balanced out of lots of checks. Not being able to get a bank account, Michelle. Don't by any means let him try and convince you to use yours for these things. He doesn't bounce checks. The problem is he doesn't know how to keep a budget. That's the problem. It's not that he bounces checks. He just doesn't know how to keep a budget with his debit card. He will. He keeps thinking that money is like, that things don't always come exactly instantaneously, and then he loses track of everything. And then next thing he's getting not sufficient funds charges here and there all over the place. And it's like, whoa, I tried to help him out to keep a track of this, and it's like impossible. Bounce checks or overdrafts. That's what will lead to him being denied a bank account. Exactly. All right, Rusty, what are you doing? What are you doing, kitty? He's giving you some tail action. All right. So Yeah, Rusty Cat's here. Everybody likes Rusty Cat. I gotta brush his fur again. What are you doing? I'm gonna get the camera off the table too. Let me see if I can get a overhead shot of Rusty Cat, because everybody asks me, and because I can't have a hard time trying to keep track of everybody. All right, this is the cat's head. Okay. I'm trying to see if we can get a shot of Rusty. Oh, this is not going to work out very well. There we go. That's Rusty. From now I can see him. Big, lazy, but relaxed cat. You talking about me? I'm talking about you. What else would I be talking about? I don't know. Who else would be talking about? Rusty is a dear cat. Everybody loves this cat because he's a real snuggle bunny. He will lay with me and Ed on the bed. Sometimes he tries to lay on top of both of us at the same time. The problem is that it's kind of hard because I'm laying on my side, and so Rusty comes up. I only got like a few inches of space. Rusty comes up, curls up right near my feet, which are kind of curl up in a fetal position because there's no other choice. Ed likes to sleep soles or starfish, so he's sitting up there. The cat comes up and lays on right next to his chest, and he keeps Ed happy too, because when Ed was having his bad problem with his gout, this cat was like always there for them. He'd always be sleeping there, laying on the bed, whatever. It's just a good big old happy kitty cat, and that's why Rusty's so dear to everybody. Yeah, Rusty's a very large cat. He's part Maine Coon, I believe, too. So yeah. Uh, getting some tail. And I don't want to think that I'm being mean, but I'm procrastinating myself, so I know what it's like. Something you have to push yourself to do things, and I know if you had 100, they'd have to. No, of course not. Um, the thing is that with me and this windscreen, I gotta get a windscreen. This windscreen shot. It's actually not even doing much good anymore. This windscreen is it's kind of in the same position. I procrastinate on some things you just have to do in order. Um, that is kind of. This is stupid. Why do I have to handle? Okay, this kind of position have to do in order to make money, and then that's one of them go to Chase Bank. They will do for you. The problem is we don't have a Chase Bank in Winston. Um, you just have to do in order to make money, and that's one of them. Go to Chase Bank. They will do it for you. See, the problem is that there's really the problem is that my Ed doesn't know what to do. He's like totally befuddled. We tried to set him up with a net spend card because they said they had to have a valid bank. So when we said, well, they have direct deposit, they have issues where you can send paychecks information to the system direct deposit. So he set it up and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but net spend is not suitable." Then we ended up trying to get the eBay cassette. "Oh, I'm sorry, PayPal's not as suitable either." I'm like, and then she's like, "What am I supposed to do?" I said, "The only way you can get your account now is you're gonna have to find a local bank, but none of the banks will touch me." Oh, ugh. I don't know. This is so weird. Um, with the situation with the bank. I don't know what we're gonna do. He can't get a bank account. He can't get a savings account. He can't get a checking account. No bank will touch him because his credit score is atrocious. Um, I told him, I said, "Ed, you're gonna have to work off the debt with Bank of America." "I can't work out the debt with Bank of America. They already sent my account to collections, and I don't know who to contact." FreeCreditReport.com will tell you who they contacted. And then you can go ahead and work it out. It was over 7 years ago. 7 years ago, they should be writing off your debt. You need to get in contact with these people. Okay, Craig. We certainly can talk for about 2 minutes. Let me get you the link. I'll use the public one because everybody wants to waste my ears anyway. Hold on a minute. Let me get to that one here. So let's go to Google Meet. Why not? It's as good as any. Yeah, we'll use this one. I'm gonna turn on the virtual camera. Okay, turn on the closed captions. And copy the link and then give it to you, Craig. And obviously, it is the public one, it's not the moderator's one. Okay, so let me just send this to Craig at CRA at CRA community. Okay, so that's the link we're using for right now because it'll just be easier to set that one up because it gets too hard with the other one right now. How you doing, Oral? Well, anyway, like I said, the problem is that how was he supposed to get a checking account when he basically no bank will touch him? Wells Fargo gave him an account, and then I don't know what happened with Wells Fargo and him, but apparently I guess they had a falling out or something. But he said the biggest problem with Wells Fargo was for Winston goes is there's no local Wells Fargo in Winston. So a lot of times nothing can get done. Like anything that had to be done at Wells Fargo Bank, he couldn't do because he couldn't get to Wells Fargo. I'm good. I'm doing okay. Again, that is totally backwards because it's not that I don't want him on the show. Well, I hope he will be doing some more on his own channel. I did talk to him about that. He had plans to do some more. My Ed just started doing videos on his channel at my insistence of getting his channel together. But he said he wants to do the videos because right now he doesn't have the 1,000 subs to use his cell phone for streaming. I don't think it would make sense. No, I don't delete his shows. That's ridiculous. Okay, Craig's on. There you go. Let's get him on here. Where's that stupid screen? There you go. Good morning.
Hi, Michelle. How you doing? Hi, chat. Hi to everybody.
I'm doing
just
fine.
Figured I'd jump in, and I got time today, so I figured I'd jump in.
So you said that Lowe's finally hired you full time. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. They had a sign up bonus for $1,500, and they're paying me $22 an hour. But the part time, they finally wanted me to go full time because they can't get any of the younger people to come in on time. So I work from 12 at night to 7 in the morning, and sometimes during the day.
How's your wife
doing? When people don't show up.
How's your wife doing?
She's doing a little better. Each day I say a prayer and she does a little better.
Well, that's good to hear. At least that's, the situation isn't getting worse. How long?
Yeah, no.
How long has she had this MS condition?
Well, she probably had it for about 6 months, but she didn't know it, and she went through all kinds of tests, and then they finally put her on medication for it. But she suffers from acute panic attacks, which makes her not want to go out or anything like that.
Okay, acute panic attacks, that goes under the mental health, but and anxiety, yes. PTSD, maybe, I don't know. I don't think she has.
Yeah, I would say more PTSD or whatever it is, because during the pandemic, we were not even able to see our grandchildren or anything, so we were kind of stuck in the house, and it was difficult for her.
And that's what's been affecting Michelle too. And that is the same thing with all the situation with all the lockdowns and everything. Just totally messed up everything that they used to do.
Yeah, and I can't really blame her. I mean, she used to watch TV a lot in the beginning, and that, what helped a lot. But it just got to a point where after a year not going in stores and things of that nature with me,
yeah, it does,
now she's afraid. So, but she's getting better. She drove the car around the block a couple times today, which is good. Not today, yesterday.
Is she in therapy now?
What's that, Michelle?
Is she in therapy now? Did she go in for therapy?
Yes.
That's the
important part. She's a psychiatrist, and herbalist doctor that gave her special herbs and it's been helping. And she also is in a group of the same type of people. So you're
using a homeopathic medication. You're not using pharmaceuticals unless you have to. You're using natural methods.
Correct. Right. And it seems to be helping. The only thing the shrink gives her is
right here, guys.
Is pills to get to sleep at night, because when she goes into bed at night, her mind runs, and
Speaking of something, though, I want to get to real quick is, first of all, why do these guys keep saying that I'm not letting Ed on the show when Ed himself has said that he didn't want to be on the show? And then when he comes on the show, he's afraid that he's making mistakes being on the show. And then...
Yeah, well, Ed doesn't make any mistakes, and I know you're not keeping him from going on because you like when he goes on. And it's not Ed's fault or anything, but he is interesting to talk to. He's older. I'm 73, and he's got a lot of knowledge that younger folks and myself don't know.
Right. And I want him on the show too, but the problem is every time I try to get him on the show, he's always got his nose stuck in the MacBook worrying about eBay auctions.
Yeah, well, when he did the slot car video, that was really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen slot cars. I remember slot cars when I was a kid. Oh, I had 2 or 3 of them, and that's when they used to have the slot car raceways where you can bring your car in and you get an hour racing, and you're racing against other people.
Yep, they used to have that. They still do, actually, in Torrington. I believe Trophy World still does that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's like going to the Daytona 500. You know, you soup up your car and do all the right things, and you know, and they even have prizes, and you know, you can win like free time to use your car, and it's pretty nice. It's like a little club.
Well, first of all, the first thing is that this person that they call Ed on the show right now is not our Ed.
Oh, I saw Winstead something or other. I thought that was Ed.
Right. Well, this Winstead Ed is not my Ed. Okay, because he has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that, but he's being kind anyway, so it makes no difference.
Yeah, well, anyway, as far as the city of Winstead goes, it's a small place. It's not very large. But
yeah, well, I'm looking forward to when my wife gets a little better, and we'll stay home alone. I think given your
situation, your wife might actually enjoy the ride. Unless she's
afraid
of the countryside. I mean, I don't know any.
Yeah, well, Michelle, when my wife gets, right now she doesn't like me to leave the house for too long. But when she gets better, I will take my 99 Honda CRV and I will make a trip. And I'll visit, and we'll have a good time.
You can always bring her up here. I mean, I don't know what the weather's going to be like in a few months' time, but, you know, I'd love to have you guys come over and check it out. She can certainly come over for the trip. She might enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Michelle. It's very nice of you. And I want to take all you guys over to the steakhouse. It sounds like they have good steaks there.
Yeah, they have there's a restaurant called the Tributary. It's a steakhouse restaurant, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'd enjoy that.
It's not that far away from where I live either. In fact, me and Forever Consciousness went there.
Oh, that's cool.
They're not the cheapest game in town, but they're not the most expensive either. But if you want to go somewhere else, you can always do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have the car.
Yeah.
My 99 Honda CRV I bought when I was service manager of Huntington Honda here on the island. Yeah. And it's a black one, and I ordered it straight from Japan because they make the cars much better. And right now it has 288,000 miles on it, and it runs like brand new.
And if Michelle had a car, you know what Michelle's car would be? It would have the steering wheel on the right side. Yeah.
Oh, God. It's hard enough driving from the left side.
Yeah.
Well, I used to go up and visit my aunt when she lived in Rowayton, Connecticut. Yeah. I don't know whether you know where that is, but I think it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I don't think it would take me any more than that to get to your house.
No, just stay on Route 8. And just keep going up till you get to the intersection of Route 8 and Route 44. That's Winston right there.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Then that's closer than Rowayton. With Rowayton, I used to go over to Verrazano and then pick up the interstate. I think it's 95 I picked up. But I'm sure there's exits for Winston. And with technology the way it is today, I have a Garmin, navigation system that I got for the car. So I don't have any problem getting anywhere.
Yeah. I don't think you'll have any problems getting here. I think it'll be easy enough to do. Get up here.
Nope. I won't.
I don't know what the roads are going to be like when you come up, though. I mean, because it's going to be definitely during the winter season, more likely, or maybe even spring.
Yeah. Well, I really don't care. The Honda is four-wheel drive, and I go on the beach with it and everything. It's not even an issue.
Yeah.
And I'm not adverse to driving if it's snowing or anything. I couldn't care less. Take a little longer, but I'll get there. That's cool. That doesn't bother me. Once I get it in my head, I get it done.
Triple X Hyundai says, stop and pick me up in Queens, Craig. Just take
there you go.
Throgs Neck and Whitestone Bridge, then we can take the highway to Connecticut, too. I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's up to him if he wants to bring more people up here.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. Throgs Neck Bridge is no big deal. That's another way of going, and that may be a better route. So, I mean, I go right to Queens to get to the Throgs Neck Bridge. Yeah. I know exactly where he, not where he is, but I certainly can find it with no problem.
Right now, I know one thing is that I'm really looking forward to doing is seeing more things going on. Let me go see. I gotta keep this door open for ups. Michelle, it's almost time for lunch. Almost time. Let me just check something for a minute, Craig, okay? Because FedEx or UPS is supposed to be bringing me my wheels, but I don't know when they're coming. I'm sure they're up for delivery now.
I'm going to check something right now on Google. I might be off for a minute. How far is it from West Islip, Long Island to Winstead, Connecticut?
My wheels are supposed to be coming today for my walker.
How far is it from West Islip, Long Island to Winstead, Connecticut?
I don't know. You can look it up on Google Maps, though.
That's what I'm doing now, but it doesn't seem to be cooperating. We do it again. How far? Oh, it's not cooperating. How far is it from West Islip, Long Island to Winstead, Connecticut? I don't know. It's not letting me do it right now.
You gotta type it in, Craig. Because right now your microphone's being used for the,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
Right.
I'll do that now.
Triple X Sunday says it's 112 miles.
West Islip.
2.4 hours with traffic now from Queens.
To Winstead, Connecticut. see. When's that? Let's see. 2 hours and 35 minutes and 147.4 miles.
That's not really too bad.
No. That's not bad at all. Let me get out of this Google and get back on here.
Yeah.
Okay, there I go. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. And that's probably at the speed limit they figure that. I usually drive right around 70. I try to keep it at 70. That's my travel speed.
Right.
Set the cruise control and go.
I think Connecticut still uses the double nickel, though. I don't know if they go faster than that in Connecticut.
Well, they're not going to bother an old geezer like me.
Right now, I'm going to just check something real quick here. I noticed that one thing this computer seems to be working a little bit better about is, when I sometimes open up a chat or another window, you hear it go like it's trying to catch up on things.
Yeah, it seems to be working well. Am I blowing your eardrums out today?
Now let me see when the wheels are coming. That's what I'm looking up here on ups. It says help for delivery. So it hasn't shown up yet. So I do have to get Ed to get up and put Meals on Feet so he can watch out for the FedEx guy or UPS guy. Because if he doesn't, then I'm going to have to stay here. We're going to have to forgo Meals on Feet. Oh, well, you got money for it to get lunch otherwise.
Yeah, well, when I was watching your video yesterday, I see where you had the camera mounted. Do you understand what I meant by moving it away from that support a little bit? And then it might tighten up a little tighter if you move it past that. You got like a Y support in the middle.
I think what it is that the plastic center part is like when they made that, in order to twist the direction, you turn it. So you gently pull it up, there's a spring, and you turn it, and it'll turn the direction. I don't think they really designed it really well for moving vehicle because it seems so unstable if the vehicle's moving. Maybe if you had something that had better anti-shake or excellent radial tires or something, it may not be a problem. But unfortunately, I don't have radial tires on my walker.
No, but your videos they're okay. Even the last videos that you took, they were fine because when you were showing people things, you had stopped walking for a little bit.
Right. Once I get the new wheels, though, it'll be a lot easier because then you'll be able to see the.
Oh yeah.
Instead of being looking like you're sitting in a paint shaker.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I enjoy the videos, especially the ones that McDonald's.
My iPhone even does good with that.
Well, I don't know whether I was looking at it as you were working on it, and I don't know. Did it get? Were you able to tighten it up real good on the bar, or was the bar too thin?
Well, what I think is that as far as the monopod part goes, maybe if I attach some twine to it and use it almost like making it like a guy wire support, maybe that might make it a little more rigid. Yeah,
I was thinking like wrapping some duct tape around the bar.
That looks even more cheesy. I know. Now, I'm thinking is that perhaps just like you would do with some really tall TV antenna masts, just use some, in this case, use string as guy wires and then just basically lash it down to the walker itself.
Yeah, stabilize it. Yeah.
That might help a bit. The problem is you don't want to mess up with the walkers being able to open and close either. So how would you get them out that without basically?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. Do you have a doctor appointment soon, Michelle?
Wait. Thanks, Denise. I'm glad you like them. The videos I think are a little more enjoyable to me than the live shows because, like I said, the problem with live shows is they're like fresh baked goods. They're only good for a few hours, and after that, they start to taste stale. Whereas the
Yeah, well,
videos,
that's what Rosie said.
right, with
She
live
does a
streams,
lot. She does a lot of live stream, but also she makes where she makes the money is on the regular videos like you make going to the food kitchen or going to Winstead or showing people around and where you live. And Michelle, people are interested in your life and how you cope with your disabilities and things. That's helpful to a lot of people who don't have your mindset. In
yeah.
other
Well,
words, they don't
unfortunately,
have they don't have your mechanical ability.
as far as the wheels go, I couldn't buy the wheels individually. I had to buy the whole or the whole assembly. That cost me $32. So if I could have just bought the wheels, I could put them on myself.
Oh, brother, that's a lot. I was gonna mention. I don't know whether it was you or Ed who's going to the doctor soon, but they have those walkers. The ones with the handbrakes on them and a fold down seat in the front, and they're very stable.
Well, there's one problem with those is the fact is what's the weight limits on them? Because me and Ed are both extra wide. So I don't know what the weights are on them.
Well, my mother-in-law had one when I visited her in Arizona, and she's passed since, but Medicare gave her a nice walker that she could control, and it had actual rubber air tires on it, and it was smooth as silk, and she was kind of heavy, and she probably weighed, I'd say 250, 260, and she used to sit on the seat, when she got tired and stuff.
Yeah, well, so, I weigh about that. I'm not exactly skinny.
Yeah. No, it's not.
The thing is that I'm pretty good at standing. I'm pretty good at standing for the most part. Just sometimes though, like because they took so many benches out because of the homeless people, there's not so many places to sit down anymore.
Yeah, well, when you go to the doctor, ask him if he can, write you a script for that particular type of walker. I'm going to look them up, and I'll send you. I'll send it to you.
Well, I know I've seen one of those walkers available on eBay. I mean, on eBay and CBS. A lot of people like them. The problem is that they're like $100 and something.
Yeah, but if you get a script from your doctor, Medicare paid for hers.
Yeah.
They paid the whole thing out.
What about something like the power scooters, like the Rascals? I mean, does Medicare pay for those too? Because ones give them power share.
Yep. All you got to do is, my mom had one, and she hated and fought with me. She didn't want it, but it was a power chair. And once it folded up and went in the back of the car. But they're heavy because you can't lug them upstairs. And but once she got it, she just loved it because she used to go all the way from her house in Sag Harbor, and she used to go down and make a lunch, put it in the bag, get on it, and she used to ride all the way down the beach, which was about 2 miles. And she also rode at one time into the town, which is about 4 miles. So, and that was 15 years ago. So now with the lithium ion, you can travel like up to 20, 25 miles with those, which you wouldn't need. I'm sure you're not going on a long trip or anything, but they are something to think about, and they.
Well, let me just read what Denise said here. She says, Michelle, I have one that's extra wide with handbrakes in the seat and a hand basket. Under the seat, it was my uncle's, and it still had the brain a brand new. I can send it to you if you want it. Absolutely, Ed could use it.
Wow, that'd be fantastic. Who is that, Melissa?
Absolutely, Ed and I could use it.
Yeah, Melissa's my daughter's name.
Now, what is this, a walker, or is this just or more like a rider?
No, it's a walker.
Okay.
Yeah. In other words, you just hold on to the handles.
Ed can definitely use that because I got mine, and it has more problems with me with having to sit down more often than I do. So, it could definitely be his and mine is hers, and but eventually.
Oh, that would be fantastic, Melissa.
Absolutely.
You're an angel. You're an angel. No, these walkers, if you get tired, or let's say you even want to take a video or something, all you do is fold down the front seat, and you can sit down and hang out a while.
Right.
They're very nice. They're very nice, and they have baskets on them and.
The lady downstairs has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady downstairs is also elderly. She has one of those walkers too. So
yeah, see, the one that you have is basically for the home. It's not meant for long distance.
Right now, like I said, if Ed gets a power chair like he wants, like a power scooter, like a hover around or rascal, that would be good for him. Because
that's fantastic.
Because he already uses the Mert carts in the grocery store. So if he doesn't have to keep looking around for a Mert cart, all he has to do is just ride his rascal or hover around, and he can get the shopping that he needs to do.
Oh, they're fantastic. In fact, after I got my mom the power chair, she saw one of the little rascals on, where it has the seat and the seat back, and you put your feet up, and, it's a 3-wheeler. And she said, maybe I can get one of them. I said, well, you got the power chair already, so they're not going to pay for that. But her power chair, she paid absolutely zero for. It was covered under Medicare. Right. The man came to her house and showed her how to work it and gave her a full tutorial on it.
That's the reason I'm a little concerned, because if we get something like that where they come to our house and they say, well, wait, you're on the 3rd floor. How are you going to park this? I would have to tell them honestly, first of all, make sure we get permission from the landlord, because he has a utility garage. You can put it in. If he lets it park in the utility garage, you might say, well, how are you going to charge the battery? There's no main socket in here. And I'm like, I know.
Oh, he doesn't have any light in there? Or socket or anything?
No power sockets at all in there.
Is it within...
Well, I could throw down a 100-foot extension cord from the 3rd floor and charge it that way. Or if the
batteries... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering how far is it from your porch.
If the battery packs are removable, I could always bring the battery packs up and charge them myself on my on a charger.
Yeah, the lithium ion are not. They're not big batteries anymore. In fact, they have a...
Denise, if you want to contact me instead by email, that might be easier. So let me send you a message just right now. Oops.
Yes.
I'm gonna send her,
go ahead and do that. That's very nice of Melissa. Wow. Thank you so much, honey.
My email is bichala3@gmail.com. Send me a MSG with your info.
What did I tell you?
That way she can send me a message and then I can read it. And I can contact her back. And that way she doesn't have to worry about people being doxxed and all that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. No, that's fantastic. That's nice of her. Wow, that would be such a help.
Yeah.
Then you'll have a nice vehicle where you can, at least you can sit down if you get tired,
Right, so like I said, the one thing I'm concerned about is that the companies that sell these mobility scooters might go is, wait, first of all, there's no elevator. You live on the 3rd floor. You're going to have to carry this thing up 3 flights of stairs. So it has to be light enough for you to carry. That's really what we need. Something under 40 pounds, under 30 pounds, perfectly folded up, or something that could be.
Well, what they did was with my mom, I called the 1-800 for the little rascal, and I explained everything, and and then next thing I knew, we faxed the script to them, and they delivered it right to the house. And you can, I would mention that you live on the 3rd floor, but just get the chair. Don't worry about that. Just get the little rascal.
Yeah.
And this way, you can go anywhere you want to go. That would be fantastic for you. And they have rubber air tires too, where they ride smoothly. So your videos will come out so much better.
Yeah, well, I agree with the walker videos will come out better, but don't forget one thing my doctor's also rightfully concerned about is he wants me to keep walking, physically walking, because he said that would be good for my knees to keep them from getting worse.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying not to walk at all, but just the walker that Melissa had offered you is nice because it has brakes on it.
On the porch because it will be destroyed by thugs in my neighborhood. There are hoodlums in my neighborhood that will destroy that stuff. I had a friend that lived here a couple of years ago. He had a power chair. He had the same problem. He couldn't get it to the 3rd floor. This guy wasn't exactly the brightest bulb in the chandelier either. But he didn't, because he didn't cover his chair. And the first thing that happened was the rain got into the controller, it messed up the electronics, destroyed the batteries. Then the thugs started ripping parts off of his chair, and by the time we were done, the only thing left of it was a rusted, greasy hook. That was it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't cover it. That's the reason.
Part of it was definitely he didn't cover it, but then again, part of it was because he couldn't really physically move around enough to cover it either. But he was not designed for outdoor use for that kind of situation. It did not meet the DOT requirements. It had no lights, had no horn, it had no turn signals.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't designed for road use.
Let me ask you a question. How far is that little garage that your landlord has from, let's say, the
It's right underneath the porch. It's right underneath the porch. I just gave permission before I start shoving stuff in there. If he said that's fine, then we'd be all set, because he doesn't lock it anyway. But at least we know if it would be safe in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And like I have a pool in my backyard, and I had to buy an extension cord.
First of all, that's not the guy, and that's why I know that's not my Ed, because Ed knows the real guy's name that actually had that power chair.
Oh.
Okay, that's the guy's real name.
I bought on Amazon for my pool, and that's 1.5 horsepower. I had to buy a big, heavy extension cord, and I bought a 100-footer. It was about $80, but it's a very, very heavily made, very thick. I don't know what gauge it was, 8 gauge or whatever. But I got
a couple of different extension cords. I got a 100-foot one, which is ridiculously long, but.
So that would reach the shed if you
it easily can go right from my 3rd floor all the way downstairs to the place where the walkers or the motor's power chair would be stored.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, they only...
Ideally, it would make sense, like I said, if the battery packs are removable, bring them up and charge them upstairs, and then bring them back downstairs.
Yeah, well, you can do that too, but you don't even have to, because the power walker, the power rascal or whatever it is you decide, you just leave them plugged in, and they have a computer in them, and when it reaches full charge, then it goes down to trickle charge. So you leave them plugged in all the time, This way they're ready to roll whenever you are.
Right. If they're using the lead acid batteries, standard automotive 12-volt charger like a Schumacher would charge them fine.
Yeah, well, they don't use lead acid batteries.
These 12-volt batteries separately.
Yeah, it could be, yeah, because I mean the typical senior citizen that has a handicap cannot go in and check the battery and make sure it has enough water in it and all this stuff. So they have the lithium ion in them, and probably the battery weighs maybe 20 pounds tops, which is not that bad.
Yeah, like I said, if they're using lithium ion batteries, those would probably be the best way to bring them upstairs. You know, because they have a longer life than the lead acids do. Because the lead acids, you only can bring them down to 50% charge before they're done for good.
Right. No, the lithium ion are great, and they last years and years and years.
I don't know about years and years and years. It all depends on how you use them. But yes, I have cell phones that have lasted me years and years and years. So,
yeah, well, with the lithium ion, they give you directions, you know, how to charge them and how much of a discharge you can go down. Normally, you can go down to a 10% discharge, and they'll be fine. So that's not a concern.
Well, unfortunately, it's already 12 noon, but screw it. We got cold grinders in the refrigerator. We can eat those tonight. I bought some ham and Swiss grinders and Italian combo grinders. I'll probably have those today instead of going to the soup kitchen because I'm still waiting for the UPS guy. So
yeah, well, if you got to get off. No, that's okay.
No,
and I wrote you a little note about Amazon Fresh too.
Like I said, we can stay on. That's not the problem. I just want to let people know that we are running a little bit over, but that's fine because tomorrow we're not going to be on until later on in the morning anyway. Maybe until the early afternoon because I'm going shopping with Krista.
Good.
The first thing is that we're going to obviously make some slight changes to our shopping routine only because he wants to use Instacart, which is fine. But he didn't get his food stamp card yet, which is kind of, well, we're waiting for him to get his food stamp card. And so when he gets his food stamp card, we can get him set up with Instacart. And he said to me, he says, the only problem he says is, here's the concern. I said, what's that? He said, Michelle, how are we supposed to pull our money together for going grocery store? We're going to Instacart. I said, well, you have an Instacart account. I have an Instacart account. That's how. We're gonna basically order the food on your Instacart when you get your money, your food stamps, and then we'll order food on my Instacart when I got money and food stamps.
Yeah, now, do they charge you a delivery charge no matter how much you purchase?
Yeah. I mean, if you buy a lot of food, you actually get a cheaper discount. So.
Okay. All right. Well, when I wrote you the message the other day,
I wouldn't go on going to Instacart if you're just going to go get a pack of gum. That's going to cost you a lot of money for that. But if you buy, like Ed wants to buy like $100, $200 of groceries, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, they should not. They should not charge you a delivery fee when you're spending that money. Now, I know I use Amazon Fresh, and any delivery or order that's $50 or more, they do not charge you. Everything comes in insulated bags, which are,
I talked to Ed about that. What you said about the fact that Amazon mostly works with grass-fed beef. There's nothing wrong with grass-fed beef. I mean, it's a little more expensive.
No, it's fine, but it's expensive. That's what I meant. I don't order meat on there. I'm capable of getting to the store, and when they have the meat on sale, I'll buy 4 or 5 packages of it. but their meat is very expensive because
Yes,
they
I know I can use
consider
my
it.
food stamp card on Amazon Fresh. But right now, trying to get Ed to do anything right now without basically getting them all confused is hard. I mean,
I know.
So if I'm going to get him on one shopping site like Instacart, and it's still a learning curve, then try to get him on Amazon Fresh, and then try to get him on something else. It's just going to take a lot longer to teach him because that's going to be different username, passwords, and everything. And I'm trying to keep it simple enough that we can get shopping done without turning it into a giant production.
Yeah, well, if you want to try Amazon Fresh, I can help you with that. That's not a problem. And their prices are more reasonable. Like I said, I ordered a case of
right, Triple
toilet
X Sunday.
paper.
That's what Craig said in his email too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, they're cheaper, and they don't charge over $50 for delivery. And they're great. They'll deliver at 9 o'clock at night, 7 in the morning, whenever you want. Makes no difference. And they're very polite. I give them...
Well, see if Amazon Fresh deals with 06098 as the area code.
Yeah.
Because they may not deal in my area for fresh food like that.
Yeah, they do. Amazon goes anywhere, Michelle. Amazon
I know. I've seen the trucks for the other deliveries, but I haven't seen them for the Amazon Fresh trucks.
Yeah, well, you can go on the website on Amazon Fresh, and they have a help portion of it where you can ask any questions you want, and they take EBT cards. And while you're ordering, if that particular item, like hairspray and things, EBT is not going to pay for. But they tell you right on there, EBT,
I know they
available.
Yeah, I know they take it because Connecticut is part of that program.
Yes, and they're very good about it. I mean, one time they...
But I ordered one very valid question for the EBT program. What took you so long to finally realize that people want to be able to order food from home? What took you so long to make it possible for us to do that?
Sure. Well, now it's a big thing. I mean, you don't even have to go out of your house.
That's true. And that's something my doctor would not find very good, because he's going to be like, Michelle's not going out anymore. Gee, now she's going to weigh about 600 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, you have to get out. You have to make it your business to get out and about. But the food is the big thing, because you can't carry a lot of food on your walker at all. So this way you can stock up between the both of you.
I can't. You're right, I can't. And of course, once the ice and the snow come, that's going to be a lot harder to deal with. I'm not a young, strapping person anymore. I'm
I understand. I understand. And even a gallon of milk, I mean, that's heavy. A
gallon of milk can carry... Gallon of milk and 2 bottles or 4 liters of soda I can carry. But once you get beyond that, that's really pushing it. Because don't forget, after I get back here, especially I'm using my walker, I got to carry, basically equivalent of 2 gallons of liquid and a walker up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
By the time I get to the top, I am physically sore.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, the fellow who delivers to me, I live, on 1 floor, so it's not a problem. But I give him a $5 tip, and he brings the bags in the house. They're not supposed to, but he brings the bags in the house, puts them all up on the counter, and I don't even have to lift them.
Right.
So they're very good to me.
Well,
and you know what's cool? You know what's cool?
We worked with Instacart were really good to us too, and they were very young men. They were probably maybe 18, 19, maybe in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Okay. And they were both very nice, courteous guys. Said no problem. Ed got his beer. And then, of course, I think because he was carrying beer, the guy was in his 20s anyway. At least he met the safety and requirement for Connecticut. And I think my guy was a little younger than Ed's guy, because I didn't have any alcohol in my list. And Ed was really excited because they're like, "Oh, now I can get beer delivered."
Yeah, sure.
For Ed, that was a major deal. I said, "Yeah." And I asked her, I said, there was one thing I had a question about. I said, what is it? I see so many stores say pickup. I said, what's the difference between the normal delivery? He said, well, basically what the pickup is we pick the packages up. The store itself is the one who's already assembled the bags.
Oh. Right.
Okay, so
in all cases, and that's no charge.
In all cases, it's no delivery anyway. He said, yeah.
Yeah, there's no delivery charge on that. That's all. I don't know. How much do they charge you for delivery?
If they, from what I understand, because just like Amazon Prime, they have a Prime program too. But
right,
if you order something like at least $30 to $50 of food, there's pretty much will just waive the charge. But there's still some service fee. It's not really ridiculous though. It's like $8 because they give the tip of the driver in that too.
Yeah, well, that's not bad.
Yeah,
I know the Amazon. I have an Amazon Prime card that I have Amazon on my TV, and I pay $14.99 a month. And when you're a member, you don't pay delivery on anything you order, food included. So that works out well, and I get to watch. I cut my Cablevision bill down to the basics.
Also, Walmart.com also does groceries, and they do deliveries. Well, I'm not quite sure how this works with the perishable food because we're not near a super Walmart, but we can get non-perishable food, EBT SNAP, delivered by FedEx from their warehouse.
Yeah, well, you know what Amazon does? Like, if I order ice cream and milk and, perishables, meats and things, they actually put it in, you know what the RV is that put that, what do they call it, that silver bubbled paper up on their windows to keep out the cold and stuff?
Yeah, I know what it is.
They have big bags like that with dry ice in them. And what I do is, in the summer, my house faces east and west. Right. So in the summer, the front of my house heats up terrible. So in my den, what I did was I cut that to the window size, and I have it Velcro where in the afternoon when the sun's blasting the house, I put that on my windows in my den. I covered the window in the top and the window in the bottom, and it's reflective, and it just keeps the room so much cooler. It's unbelievable. And I was thinking about your bedroom window. If you gathered those bags up, I sometimes get 5 or 6 of them at a time, and I cut them to the window size, and
well, right now the biggest problem with the bedroom window is my landlord has to redo the glazing on it because right now the window's only being held in by glazer's points, as all the glazing compound dried out, and so gets really drafty in there. So we got a double layer of bed sheets on the windows and thumbtack down so that it keeps the wind and the draft out. And that works okay for me because I don't mind if it's a little chilly. But Ed, being he is been living in Florida for so long, I don't think he's going to want to sleep in that room. I think he's going to be rightfully complaining because it's going to be kind of a little bit too cold for him. And I have told the landlord about this window problem over and over again. I said, you got to fix it. But now he's got a broken hand. I don't know if he can fix it. I don't know who he's going to get to fix this stuff. My landlord doesn't. He's also disabled now, too. So, just as messed
Well,
up as we are.
the other thing
He
that
fell in his
I
own.
use
He fell in his own driveway in the back of this building during the winter after I fell. In the front, Karma basically made it kind of wanted to be balanced, and Karma broke his wrists, and he hasn't been able to do anything with his right wrist ever since.
Yeah, well, Karma's a bitch. You know, all of a sudden he fell down and got hurt, and he decided to do something about it. And you get that advantage of that. But you know what? The other thing I was going to mention is they have it in Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware. Anything's close to your house. They have that they call it. It's like shrink wrap, and you cut it to the size of your window. You put the two-phase tape around the whole window, and then you put it's clear, and you put it up, and you press it, and then you get.
Because
and then you get a hairdryer.
We'd have to make a frame and then to do it.
No, you don't have to make any frame. It goes right around.
We'd have to, because the way our windows are done, they are not just throwing saran wrap on top of the jam is not going to stick. It's going to need a wooden frame to put the stuff onto, and then use the hairdryer to shrink it down with.
Yes. Well, that's what I do in my den during the winter. I buy a new one each year, and I put it up. It's perfectly clear, and it's an Anderson window, but it's very old. It's wood, and I can hear all the noises outside, and I can feel the draft coming in.
Right.
And I put that over that window. It seals out the noise. It seals out the drafts, and I still get the sunlight through when I want it. And then in the summer, that's when I put that reflective bubble wrap type
Noodles,
of thing.
I want to see how it goes with this guy's Slingshot. Okay, we'll see how it goes with Slingshot.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If he's going to be on the Saturday show, which you haven't confirmed if he's going to be on Saturday show or not. We'll see what happens, okay? We'll try it out.
Yeah, well, you were saying before that it wants to give you a list of questions. That reminded me of Biden. He's got all the questions that the press is going to ask him before he even gets to the podium. Let's put it this way.
I'm definitely gonna not like have it like what CNN did to Hillary Clinton. That's for sure. If I have to, I'm gonna throw a few softballs in there of my own. To make sure that this guy is at least not just reading a script.
Yeah, well, or is he interviewing you, or you interviewing him?
You know what, guys? I really wish this guy would stop trying to pretend he's my Ed, because first of all, my Ed is not locked up. He is not in manacles. He's not in chains. Okay?
Just block him, Michelle.
I can block him, but that's not working for me either, because he just makes it worse. So, let me just tell you guys right now, my Ed said that he does like doing the show once in a while, but he is really not too sure what to deal with certain things and certain topics that comes up. And every time, as he said, I try to get him on the show, he's always on eBay doing his own eBay stuff. And then he gets mad at me, like, I'm busy. Don't bother me right now, I'm busy. Well, how are you supposed to do when a guy doesn't want to be on the show because he's busy? I can't force him out here. He's not a contracted employee. I can't drag him in here. That's not even fair to do that. You know?
Yeah, well, not for anything. Just, you know, if he wants to do things and sell trains and things like that, he's got to get his bank card. And if you go in a bank and open an account with a debit card or something, or a PayPal or whatever it might be, with $100 bill, they're going to open it for you. So he's just got to get off his butt and do it. Some things in life you just have to do to make your own life easier.
Yeah, I was thinking about something else to share. No, this is about $100 PayPal in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That,
Because I just got paid $90 today from the YouTube surveys people.
yeah. No, I
I would have been
understand
paid
that.
in July too if I had known that there were some old spam that really weren't spam, but actually were actual payments in Google and I didn't know about it and I erased them all because thinking they were all spam. Now I gotta wait for the next. I got this last one, but so I gotta do a lot more surveys and try to catch up with all the other ones I missed out on.
Right.
I got a question, Michelle. Wouldn't realistically they be keeping a running tally since they're using the same provider?
Probably.
I would think so.
I would imagine. I would imagine they would.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, now I'm just seeing the chat now. See if I missed. I know I've probably been rude. People have been writing me stuff and I haven't answered. Oh, number, don't forget. Yeah, never trust noodles. People have you swatted in a minute. He becomes your friend. Yeah, I know that. Thank you, though. I know all about noodles. But at any rate, well, it was good talking to you.
Yeah.
If you want to continue the show, I'll be on the side chat. And when you see your doctor, please promise me you'll ask him about that. You know, the power.
Either way, I'm so glad to talk to you too. And like I said, we are waiting for your train set to be delivered for us so we can check it, make sure it's ready to go, and try to make a complete set for you and your grandkids so you don't have to worry about looking for missing pieces or anything. So,
yeah, that would be great. But
yeah.
How would I pay, Ed? That's
and then
my question.
Hopefully by the time that we get the set, you and your wife could come up here and pick it up and save us the shipping charges.
Yeah, no, that would be nice.
I would. Chance to see
I could pay for it then in cash.
Up front and meet Rusty the Cat up front.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I can always use friends. You never have enough friends, right?
Yeah. Yeah, never can have enough friends, especially, especially when you get older and during this.
I know a lot of my friends have passed away.
To talk to.
There's only 2 of my original friends that are left out of my whole group of friends. In fact, my friend Tony, who I've known for 40 years, he just retired and he helped me cover the pool yesterday. He was over here and we ordered lunch in and we really had a nice day. And it was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah.
So we sat out on the deck and we ate.
It was overcast, but it wasn't bad. Weather-wise, it was good.
Yeah, well, my wife likes the house very cool, and I have one of those split air conditioning systems in the main part of the house, and she likes it at 67 degrees, so we stayed outside. Even Tony said, "Jesus, it's like a freezer in here." so at any rate,
now, like I said, right now I don't even have the air conditioners in the window right now because of the cost and expense of running the air conditioner, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to run the air conditioner today. That's why I finally took them out of the window and at the end of September. Actually, at the end of March, I took it. August.
Yeah.
August. I took it out.
Well, you're not going to get any real 90s weather anymore.
Right.
That's over. Like at night here on the island, it gets down. It's been down to 51 degrees already.
Right. I mean, I can't afford to keep paying because they went up on my electric rate to 9-point-something cents per kilowatt hour, and it was like, whoa.
Yep.
Because that's what the direct energy plan was quoted me at. I was like, 9 cents a kilowatt hour per generation rate. And then, never mind the delivery charge from Everscrew.
Yep.
I'm like, Okay, so that's going to be me close to 14, 16 cents per kilowatt hour when you add all the numbers together. So the air conditioner had to come out of the window. Because I can't afford that.
Well, you don't need it. You don't need it anymore. You're on the third floor?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry about anybody breaking in. You can always open the window.
Well, it's nice with the way we put the air conditioners in my bedroom window, but you can actually take the air conditioner out of the window from the outside, which is bad if you're a crook and a thief and you want to break into someone's house. But it's also good if you got mobility issues, because you just grab the air conditioner, open the window, grab the air conditioner, and gently pull it out, and after you empty your drip bucket, because can't dump it on the porch. The landlord doesn't want all that water on the porch, so we got a drip bucket underneath. So then you just gently slide the air conditioner in the drip bucket together, and grab the power cord, and then you just throw it in the storage bin right next to you. So it's like less than 6 feet, and you get it all done in less than 6 feet.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Now, does your porch face? Is it in the back of the house or the front?
Yeah.
Did you hear me, Michelle?
The air conditioner faces the north side.
All right, but when you sit on the porch,
so the evaporator doesn't get really super hot because the sun's not beating on it. But the west side of the house, which is where a lot of my bedroom wall faces, that place gets warm because our apartment's not insulated. The bedroom has an insulated ceiling because I had my landlord, when we did my ceiling, he insulated it for me. But he didn't do anything with the walls. So the ceiling's insulated, but not the walls. Okay.
If you had good windows in the bedroom, you'd be warm in the winter.
My landlord could at least go ahead and replace the 2 windows in the bedroom. Then we would seriously be able to knock down his heating cost a lot. Fortunately, he pays the heat. I'm not.
It's to his advantage as well. And you know, I just got a form from PSE&G, the electric company, and you fill out the form. They ask you what kind of windows you have, and this and that and the other thing. And they came to the house, and they gave me like things that would save on electric. They gave me like 8 or 10 LED bulbs, and which I have anyway. My whole house is LED because I also have solar on the roof.
Right.
So the solar, I pay Vivint Solar. My last bill was $98, which is not bad with air conditioning and the pool.
Yeah, well, Everscrew does something similar. If we owned our apartment, which we don't have an apartment or condo that we own, but they would do the same thing. They would offer, like you said, ways to weatherize your existing windows. But
exactly.
Given the nature of the windows, they probably would say, "Well, you know what? Honestly, Michelle, we can give you all the plastic you want. The truth is that these windows are old, crufty, and they should just be replaced outright." And I would agree with them on that, especially the bedroom ones. But the landlord himself can get other energy savings programs as a landlord. Why he doesn't do that, I don't know. I think it kind of reminds me of Ed a little bit because sometimes he doesn't feel motivated to do that.
Well, you know what you should do, Michelle? I mean, yes, I was just going to say that. He pays for the heat. So if he could save himself $40 or $50 a month, that's great. And
Noodle says StreamYards is out of service right now.
Oh, well, that's nothing new.
I don't use StreamYards anyway. I can't afford it.
You know what you should do when you see him? Say, look, I'll fill it out, the form, and with your name on it and everything, and I'm willing to do that so that you can get the benefit of it. And he may do that. He may let you do that. Because he can say, I got, in my other house, I got brand new windows put in for free. Brand new windows. They came, put them in, 5 of them. Didn't cost me a nickel.
Yeah.
So
I heard
he can do that, but it has to be under his.
I don't even use StreamYards anyway. StreamYards, I don't use it, so it doesn't really apply to
No.
me.
But if you asked him if you could fill out the paperwork for him, and all he's got to do is sign it, I mean, you're good at that, and he would reap the advantage.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they would.
I told him that. I said, "Don't you realize?"
Yeah.
He just saved a tremendous amount of money by switching from heating oil to natural gas in 2014. There's no reason why he couldn't go ahead and continue to look for energy rebates for switching with high efficiency windows for his building. And I don't know about the other buildings he has, but this building has some really bad windows. Since the prior landlord was also an old man, and he didn't keep up with the repairs either. So,
yep.
You know.
Yep. Did they give him? Did he pay for a new, the boiler, the heating system, and all?
The boiler in the house is new, or newer. Actually, he just put an oil or gas burner conversion into the into the existing boiler, which is an excellent shape.
Okay. See, on that plan,
it's a Carlin Easy Gas system.
Yes, on that plan, they will even give him an up-to-date boiler, up-to-date furnace. Because they offered it to me, and I turned it down because mine was only like 6 years old at the time.
Right.
But they offered, and I have forced hot air gas, and I hate it because it dries the air out so bad your nose gets stuffy, and it's terrible. I have to run humidifiers in the house.
Oh yeah.
During the winter, it gets too dry, you know.
Well, but, that's the reason why if you have allergies or you have asthma, hot air heat is terrifically terrible for you. We have hot water baseboards, and that's a lot better for me than living in a place with hot air heat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because the problem with most hot air systems is you got a central returns that sucks the dust from every single room and sends it to every single room all over again.
Yep.
Kind of like the Munster's vacuum cleaner. In other words, sucks all the dirt and dust on one side and blows it out the nozzle.
That's right. That's right. Remember the old Electrolux ones that look like a big tank? And you remember they used to come to the door and sell Electrolux vacuums?
Yeah. Big canister vacuums. My mom had one of those. And she still does. She still swears by hers. She still has it.
Yeah. A good product, but they're a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. They are a lot of money. Especially with the Electrolux with the power nozzle. That's what she had. She got it secondhand from the local fix-it guy in Winston that closed a couple years, about 10 years ago. And he was still merciless. She bought that from him. And it's a good vacuum. It works fine. And then prior to that, we had one from the 1950s.
It's still going, Michelle, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could address that with the landlord one more time and ask him, and he's throwing a lot of money away.
Well, next time I see him, I'm going to tell him straight out, look, minimum you got to do, because you have to. You got windows in this building, the glass panes are ready to fall out of. And it's time to get to any kind of program that you can get a rebate check or a tax credit and get yourself some better windows here. It would be so much better for your gas bill.
Yep. No, it is. It'll save him probably $80 to $100 a month in that building.
Easily, it's going to save him. Can easily save him $2,000 to $3,000 a year in heating bills.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's heating 10 apartments and 2 storefronts.
Oh my God.
So you can guess the boiler down in the basement is humongous.
I know.
And he uses a lot of natural gas. Or when it was heating oil, he was spending about $3,000 to $4,000 a month on heating oil.
Oh yeah, well, heating oil this winter, you know where that's going. That's going to skyrocket.
That's
Look
why
at the
he
price
finally
of
took my
gas.
Took my advice about 10 years late when I told him in 2004 to go for natural gas. And he was like, I don't want to go with natural gas because I don't like gas. Well, okay, you're going to be paying for it. And he had been for over 10 years, but finally he threw his hands in the air and said, I'll take Michele's advice. She's right. This is too expensive. His last heating oil bill basically scared the hell out of him.
Well, look, you know what, Michele?
Yeah.
If you did the paperwork for him, which you can print right up on, if you have a printer, you can print right up and say, look, this is what I put in for you.
Okay.
And all you got to do is sign it, for God's sake. Take advantage of it. He's a dope for not taking advantage of it.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look at some of these other comments here. Michele K. is out of the hospital. Breaking news, Michele K's mom and dad wanted to leave her in the hospital for about a month. Okay, I don't know anything about Michele K. to say anything gets good or bad or not, so I don't know anything about Michele K.
Well, I hope she's better, whoever she might be.
Well, that's good.
I hope our prayers are with her.
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
I'm going to get off, Michele, I'm going to get off the live because I have to take care of my wife.
Okay.
And but I'll be on the side on the chat, okay?
Okay, we're going to get ready to wrap it up soon anyway.
Okay. All right, you be well.
Right.
And tell Ed Craig said he has to light a fire under his ass.
Yep. Okay, so we had a pretty good show today. I had a lot of people on here talking, mostly chat. Craig was on, which is nice. And we reached a peak of 12 people at one point. And, of course, today I didn't get a chance to go to the but that's okay. That's no problem. I have to wait for UPS guy anyway. So basically what happens is today is another day of the week. We got Monday show, which we just did. Tuesday, I'm going to be late. Wednesday, normal. Thursday, normal. Friday, normal. Saturday, normal. And then Saturday night with slingshot with noodles. I keep calling them snake bite. Sorry about that. That's going to be on Saturday night. Sunday, of course, will be the next Silvermoon Radio. I have to get the Silvermoon Radio show from last night up and ready on Patreon. So I got things to do. We had a very, very busy crowd last night on Patreon. I mean, Discord. A lot of people listened to the show. We were up to 6 people at one point. We had a very random selection of records. Some of them were very much enjoyment. People liked the show. And that was a great thing. When people enjoying themselves, they're having a good time. That's what we want you to do. We want you to have a good time. So, yeah, everybody gets a chance to be on the show sooner or later. You know that. Don't forget, Silvermoon Radio, guys, is not YouTube. So YouTube is very tight about certain things. But maybe Michele can get Ed to agree to do a night show. Maybe we can do a night show during another day of the week when he's not got his nose stuck in the MacBook looking at eBay auctions. Absolutely. We'll see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. And so that's where we're going to go right now. So everybody, guys, want to say thank you for watching. Yep, thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Well, more like tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, tomorrow. All right, tomorrow afternoon because they're going shopping with Chris in the morning. I don't know where we're gonna go shopping. Honestly, guys, I do want to go to Dollar General. I do want to get some things at Dollar General. Gotta get some foil. Gotta get some, maybe some things over butter and stuff at Stop and Shop. Just a few odds and ends, things to the house we forgot. I bought foil. You didn't buy toothpaste. I didn't buy toothpaste. Right, so we gotta get some small things at non-food items. Cereal. You can get cereal at Dollar General. Yep. So that's tomorrow. So for everybody, also with the money we just got paid from the Google surveys, we can use that to save up and get some things done that we have to do. You got a video card on your mind, don't you? Well, I'm going to wait a little longer until I get the other money coming in for the month. Oh, okay. And then we'll see what happens. I said I got a feeling that $90 is going to be used for paying for other things. Like not the hair, because the hair is different. Because the money already took out. Let me check savings account. All right. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for now. So I'll see you tomorrow in the afternoon. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.